Today, we are uncovering the little known gate agent secrets that directly affect you as a traveler and how these insights can help you beat the airlines at their own game. Make sure you stick around for number 3, as it is the sketchiest airline practice that I have come across in a long time, and I have a feeling it's going to tick you off too. One of the best kept secrets of gate agents is that they are paying attention to passengers around the gate area long before the flight's departure time. Gate agents work under a lot of pressure to make sure that everyone follows the rules and that flights leave when they're supposed to. Any holdups, like arguments about the size of carry-on bags at boarding time, can lead to delayed departures. Delays are not only annoying for passengers, but they negatively impact the airline's on-time performance record, and they don't look so great for that agent's job performance either. Gate agents will keep an eye out for passengers with oversized luggage or too many carry-on items so they can get them tagged and checked in advance of boarding. If you're near the gate too early and your suitcase looks a little bulky, a gate agent might approach you to place your items in a sizing bin or on a luggage scale. If even just a tiny section of the wheel sticks out of the sizing bin, or your suitcase is a fraction of a pound over the airline's weight limit, your suitcase will likely be tagged and checked to baggage claim, which can come with a hefty fee. Agents will also be on the lookout for passengers that are exceeding their carry-on allowance by trying to sneak extra bags like a hip pack or a sling onto the plane. So if you do hang out in the gate area before the boarding time begins, you're more likely to get noticed by the agents in comparison to a passenger that shows up right as boarding begins. Boarding time is the time when the gate agents are the busiest, and they are focused on getting everyone on the plane as quickly as possible. So by arriving at the gate just as boarding begins, you may avoid any extra checks of your carry-on and the fees associated with checking your luggage, not to mention the hassle of checked luggage in the case of it potentially being lost, stolen, or damaged. And if other bags were already checked in prior to boarding beginning, it's much more likely that there is going to be space in the overhead bin on the plane for your carry-on. The exact time that boarding begins is likely on your printed or mobile ticket, and it usually starts 30 to 45 minutes before the flight's departure. So while it's smart to arrive at the airport with plenty of time, typically 2 hours before your domestic flight's departure and 3 hours before an international flight's departure, try not to spend too much time hanging around the gate too soon. You can always sit at a gate nearby to keep watch in case there are any changes to your flight or important announcements that you don't want to miss. Although, as you will learn in point number 4, gate agent announcements should always be taken with a grain of salt. Not reliable information. The second secret is that gate agents don't openly share how much they appreciate it when passengers proactively place their carry-on luggage in the sizing bins at the gate. When you use the sizing bin, it effectively shifts the responsibility onto you, and any issues with your luggage size are immediately apparent with no room for dispute. By choosing to size your luggage in front of a gate agent, you're unknowingly participating in a process that could lead to additional fees. If your bag doesn't fit, there's no arguing or denying. It's clear that you've exceeded the limits. This setup can frustrate passengers who feel like they've been trapped into paying extra fees to have their luggage then checked, especially when they were just trying to be cautious by placing their suitcase in the sizing bin. To avoid drawing attention from gate agents at your gate, try checking your bag size at a different gate or even in the bag sizer from another airline, as most have similar size limits for carry-on luggage. This allows you to check your bag's fit without immediately drawing attention from the agents at your own gate. If you are especially worried about the strict enforcement on carry-on suitcase size, consider visiting the airport before your flight day. Luggage sizing bins are usually accessible in the departure area before you check in and before you go through airport security. Testing your suitcase ahead of time lets you confirm if it meets the airline standards, and it helps you avoid any unexpected fees or stress on your travel day. And speaking of the recent enforcement on carry-on size limits, this next gate agent secret is a doozy. The recent strict enforcement of the size of carry-on suitcases at the gate, often called the carry-on crackdown, has led to many passengers feeling targeted by gate agents, especially when a slightly oversized suitcase ends up leading to an expensive check-in fee. And it turns out that some of those suspicions about being targeted by the gate agents are justified. A Frontier Airline spokesperson admitted that their gate agents receive a commission for every carry-on that they send to baggage claim from the gate. And having your carry-on sent to baggage claim at the gate is a service that can cost you up to $100. Big yikes. The spokesperson stated that the $10 per transaction commission is designed to incentivize our team members to ensure compliance with the bag size requirements to ensure all customers are treated fairly, including the majority who comply with the rules. The spokesperson added that, in the past, our carry-on bag size requirement was not consistently applied, which was unfair to the majority of customers who do pay for their carry-on bags in advance and comply with this requirement. Let us know down in the comments how you feel about Frontier Airlines gate agents getting an extra $10 bonus payout every time they check an oversized carry-on bag. It does make me wonder if other airlines are doing the same thing, and if so, maybe we should all be traveling with an extra 20 just in case. Gate agents also don't want you to know that their announcements about delays and new boarding times are guesses at best and outright lies at worst. Gate agents often aren't upfront about the actual length of flight delays, choosing instead to extend the expected departure time in small increments, such as 15 to 30 minutes. This tactic keeps passengers close to the gate and ready to board as soon as the plane arrives, which in turn helps airlines maintain their on-time performance records and manages passenger reactions by reducing the likelihood of requests for compensations or alternative flights. So even if the incoming aircraft is still a couple hours away, gate agents might only announce a short delay to prevent passengers from getting angry or from straying too far from the gate area. The gate agent may not know the actual length of the delay, and they may just be relaying the information that they were given. However, they do know that the information they are telling you is not accurate, and they don't want you to know it. The good news is that you can track real-time updates on your flight status yourself. Use the free FlightAware app or their website by entering in your flight number, which is usually a couple of letters followed by numbers and can be found on your boarding pass. And this is going to allow you to see the current status and the exact location of your incoming plane. iPhone users also have access to a fun hack where you can text yourself the flight number, which then magically transforms into a clickable link showing you the plane's status and the estimated arrival time at your gate. Knowing the true delay time lets you better manage your time at the airport, allowing you to eat, relax, or take care of other needs without the stress of potentially missing your flight. Gate agents also don't want passengers to know that they often have a lot more power than you realize. They can make simple changes like switching your seat from an aisle to a window or moving you closer to the front of the economy section to help you deplane quicker for a connecting flight, assuming there are seats available. These adjustments usually don't cost the airline anything, and they can greatly enhance passenger satisfaction. Gate agents' systems generally allow them to make these changes, but they definitely don't want too many passengers making requests since it can be time-consuming and they are already busy enough. If you are hoping for a simple change, like a seat change within the same fare class, see if you can do it yourself on the app, and if you are going to ask a gate agent, it's best to be discreet and then ask them well before the boarding process begins. And while gate agents can be helpful in accommodating requests, they also possess the authority to deny boarding under certain circumstances. Gate agents can refuse to let passengers onto the plane for a ton of different reasons, such as if they appear intoxicated or if they have reason to believe that you will disrupt the flight and affect the other passengers' safety or comfort. Keep that in mind the next time you try to argue your carry-on being checked in, as any physical or verbal harassment is not going to be tolerated, and you may even be denied boarding from the flight. I'll also put a link in the description and on the screen now with a video going through everything that you need to know about airline carry-on luggage restrictions and the recent carry-on crackdown before your next flight. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join us back for more travel tips and hacks each week, and I'll see you in that next video soon. Bye.